The Vinewood Cemetery is home to many civilians who have passed away, their bodies buried deep within the grounds, placing them in eternal peace. But not all spirits are at peace. It is believed that some spirits do not pass on and are stuck within our reality, leaving them to walk amongst the living, fading in and out of existence. The sounds of whispers, footsteps, and sometimes blood-curdling screams can be heard within the borders of the Vinewood Cemetery. Although it is believed to be the haunting of ghosts, many are concerned, as where there is the presence of ghosts, there can also be the presence of demons.
You'll die.
The Vinewood Cemetery is located within the Pacific Bluffs in Los Santos. Many reports have described these ghosts to look like normal everyday people walking amongst the grounds of the cemetery. But what makes it interesting is as nightfall hits and the rain starts to pour, the seemingly very normal civilians flicker and fade in and out of reality. On many occasions, as the target vanishes to thin air, the sounds of footsteps and whispers can still be heard. With myth fanatics claiming this might be ghostly activity, compared to the skeptics saying this most possibly could just be a glitch within the game, it's time for us to find out whether this chilling myth really does exist. Alright guys, welcome back. We're heading down to the Vinewood Cemetery right now. We're going to take a look at the place. It's pretty early in the morning right now. Well, it's a bit past 9. Ain't that early. We're going to be heading down and going to take a look around and see what we can find. We're just going to kind of get our bearings with the area, make sure everything is cool, and hopefully tonight we're going to see some ghosts. Okay guys, we're pulling into the cemetery now. Let's park our car up, take a look around. This is the Vinewood Cemetery. So you can see, yeah, what's going on there, friend? There's a bunch of people kind of standing around, sitting about, having fun. Well, not really having fun, but you know, taking in the environment. There's a few guys over there. It's actually quite crowded. There is a lot of people here. It's a cemetery. It is what it is. But here's the plan. Tonight, we're gonna set up a few cameras. We're gonna take a look around. We're gonna get our night vision out. We're gonna walk around and see if we can find any ghosts. Supposedly, these ghosts can be seen when the weather is changing. So when it goes from rainy to clear or clear to thunder, that is when you can see the ghosts. And it always happens at nighttime. Okay guys, we've looked about. It's time to get on with the investigation. We're gonna go back in our car, wait for night to fall, wait for the rain, and begin our investigation. Okay guys, welcome back to the Vinewood Cemetery. We're doing the Vinewood Ghost investigation. Thunder and rain is here as promised. We were expecting it. I'm looking around right now, I cannot see anyone. There's nobody walking amongst the grounds of the cemetery. Let's just keep an eye out. Gotta remember, we're looking for any people, any voices, footsteps, screams, anything that could indicate there might be something else here. There's an open grave here, either waiting for someone new to come along to place in, or maybe someone's been taken out. Okay guys, we haven't seen very much at all tonight. It's been a very loud and wet and rainy night. But before we go back to the investigation lab, I want to try one last thing. Some of the reports were suggesting that if there are people inside the cemetery at nighttime and you change the weather, that might be what's causing them to flicker and fade out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try again tonight, but it's going to be very briefly. I'm going to keep some guys in the cemetery. I'm going to mess around with the weather and see if I can get them to disappear. Okay guys, nighttime is approaching. We're in the cemetery, and as you can see, there are a few guys. Whoa. That's trippy, dude. Did you see that? I was looking at them. I was about to say how there are some guys here. I looked to the right, and then I look back, and they're completely gone. No clever editing. Nothing. Oh my god, so there are two guys over here. Alright, I'm gonna literally try the same experiment. I'm gonna turn my head, and then look back. They're still there. Yeah, there's a couple of dudes here. They're checking out this gravestone, but what I'm going to try, alright? I'm going to try and change the weather, okay? And see if they disappear and fade in and out. So let's give it a go. I do have a special mod on my GTA, only for single player only. It allows you to change time and weather and things like that. So let's try and change it to snowy, right? Alright. It's changed. The weather's now snowing. But they're not fading in and out. They're still here. Let's try and change the weather again. Let's go back just, how about just a rainy? No, let's go thunder again. Thunder's pretty sweet. I'm gonna turn my head. Turn back. And they are still staying here. Okay, welcome back to the research lab. This is where we take all the footage we have found and cut it up and see what evidence is available to us. We'll analyze the evidence and see if we can decipher if this myth is real or not. Now, whilst the investigation was going on, we saw absolutely nothing. There was nothing. There was nothing to report on. No spooky sounds, footsteps or screams. Not even a single person was in the cemetery at that time. But what was interesting was when we came back the next day, we made sure people were in the cemetery when we arrived, and as night was coming in, we saw this. Okay guys, nighttime is approaching. We're in the cemetery, and as you can see, there are a few guys. Whoa. That's trippy, dude. Did you see that? I was looking at them. I was about to say how there are some guys here. I looked to the right, and then I look back, and they're completely gone. No clever editing, nothing. Now this is the only peculiar thing about the investigation. It's the simple fact that at the start of the clip, we can clearly see there are people. We can see 1, 2, 3. As I turn my head on the camera, we pan away to check if anyone else is about, we turn back, and the 3 civilians are completely gone. This is pretty much what most of the reports were saying. There are civilians in there, you turn your back, and then you turn to look at them again, and they're completely gone. We didn't see anyone fading in and out of existence, they just disappeared. I think this is exactly what people have been reporting about, so I'm very happy to have caught it on camera. But the question is it ghostly? Well, I think this one's probably a bit up to debate. In my actual opinion, I'm swaying more once again to the skeptical side. These kind of weird transitions I think are quite common in GTA, where if time changes, or if your location changes, the characters in the area may despawn. I think this is something quite common in GTA. I haven't seen it in a long time, so it's interesting that we see it in the cemetery, but I think that is what's happened here. Guys, that is just what I think. For now, I'm going to mark this one down as just a myth. Even though we caught footage today of exactly what the reports were claiming, I still don't think that the Vinewood Cemetery is haunted. But with this piece of evidence that we caught today, does put a question mark over it, So I'm going to put it out to you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you do your own investigation and you do find something, make sure you link me in the description below or send me a message and I'll check it out. But for now, guys, I think that's it. I think we can wrap this one up. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you all next time. Cheers again. Bye-bye.